Hello, my friends, and welcome to a brand new episode of Discourse in Magic. I am back. I took about a month or so off, as many of you noticed and many of you emailed me about, but I took some time off for some personal reasons, but I am back and coming back with a bang. And the reason is because there's a lot to be excited about. You know, the first thing is that this is 2 years since the pandemic. And wow, what a journey it's been for me, for you, for everybody in every field, but in magic specifically, or especially, you know, as it pertains to performing and not performing and getting out there in virtual shows and all that stuff. And I just remember in the back of my head an episode that I put out March or April or something of 2020, saying that when this whole pandemic thing wraps up, when it ends, when you go back to normal, you're going to miss the time that you had. And you're going to wish that you would have spent a couple more hours or days working on this, or a couple more hours or days working on that. And I can tell you, as a lot of the pandemic restrictions disappear, I certainly know that I am feeling that way, you know, wishing that I had more, that I did more, that I took, more advantage of the downtime in the world and downtime in the business, because things are getting back to normal. Some places slowly, some places quickly, some places they're not really quite back to normal. But I wanted to talk about things being back. You know, I'm back, but also in-person magic is back. All of the magic venues are sort of back putting on shows. All your favorite magicians are touring around and performing. You get to see them live. Sometimes you can meet them after the show. And as well, gigs are back too. In-person gigs are back too. A lot of us were doing exclusively virtual. Some people still are doing exclusively virtual. Some people are doing both, but in-person gigs are back and they are happening. And I think I've said that before, but last time I said it, it was a false alarm. Omicron, caught up with us for last November, December, but now it seems like they are back. Now, who knows about new variants or anything else like that, but for now, it's time to take all of those ideas that have been bouncing around in your head for the last 2 years and put them into the world. A couple months ago, we put out an episode that Ben hosted. Ben Train, he took the mic, he kidnapped me, and he hosted an episode talking about performance anxiety, getting worried about performing and what to do about it. And he gave some tips about getting out there, and we got a ton of positive messages and positive feedback from people saying that it really resonated with them, that they've been doing magic for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and the nerves about performing makes it something that they don't do, whether it feels like it's not fun to be performing, or you're too nervous, or you're not sure. It makes it something that they don't do. And now's my time to kind of talk a little bit about it, because things are back. My simple piece of advice, which is very similar to a lot of what Ben said, is know what you're going to do. Right? Just pick the trick that you're going to do, whether you're performing on a show and you have to decide what trick you're going to be doing on that show, or if you're going to be with friends and you want to try out a trick, just pick the trick in advance that you know that you are going to do. That way you don't have to worry about in the moment, oh, what do I show them? You know exactly what trick to show them. And you can even pick the trick based on the environment that you're going to be in. And it gives you a lot of advantage because you know exactly what you're going to be doing. You can rehearse it. You can picture in your mind. You can know what words you're going to say. You can make sure that your timing is on. And instead of you practicing every trick, you're just practicing one trick. So if you needed some emotional guidance or tactical guidance for the anxiety or for the stress of going out there and performing on a show for some friends, for some family, whatever, first of all, take a deep breath. It's magic. We're not saving people's lives. We're not at hospitals. We're doing card tricks or coin tricks or whatever. So yes, everything you're feeling is totally real. But even if the trick fails and you make a fool of yourself, it's a magic trick. It's not the end of the world. But that's kind of one half of the thinking. But the other half of the thinking is know what you're going to do. Don't go out there and wing it. The more prepared you are, the better. And just know exactly what you're going to do. Don't stress yourself out about trying to do a million different things. Decide what trick is going to go with what format and make it happen. So that is, the second thing about being back. Live shows are back. Oh, and another note about that, if you live anywhere near Toronto, we are back putting on live shows. We have a live show happening at Yuck Yucks this week. Yuck Yucks is a very popular Canadian comedy club. And we've got a live show happening at Yuck Yucks this week. We've done 3 of them before. The audiences are great. The magic is great. The show is called Hocus Jocus. It is a comedy magic show, and it is a ton of fun. So if you want to see me perform and you live anywhere near Toronto, this is a wonderful chance, and I would love to see you there. That is number 2. And number 3 of things being back is, I'm back, in-person magic is back, and so is gigging. It's happening slowly because we're not in a corporate season right now, but camps, schools, resorts, fairs, festivals, company events, restaurants, all of these places are getting ready to launch or relaunch or get things back to normal. And now is your chance to go and get like a spot, a residency, something. Go reach out to some of these places. This is a really, really wonderful time. Just like when the pandemic started, it was a really good time to put on a company's first virtual event and do something for them virtually to help them better understand the medium. Now a lot of companies are struggling to figure out, how do I make my event more fun? How do I get more people in the door? How do I get more people excited about what I'm doing? And you may have the answers to that. So my short little piece of advice, my little help that I can give about that right now is send emails to every place that that is opening again, filling up, places that may need more customers right now because they're transitioning back to in-person. Those are great places to be reaching out to about your services. A lot of the magicians that used to do this probably retired over the course of the pandemic. So maybe there's some room for you. That's my small piece of advice about this. But my large piece of advice is, if you need help getting bookings and getting gigs, there is a link below this episode to send me an email. The email address is magic@torontomagiccompany.com. And I have another group starting in a couple of weeks to help magicians grow their business and book some gigs. So if that's you, if you need some help with that, then please send me an email below, magic@torontomagiccompany.com. Other than that, I am just here to tell you, that I am back. I'm back doing podcasts. So you can expect an episode next Thursday and the Thursday after that, and so on and so on. We are back. But number 2, the episodes are back. I've got some amazing interviews that are recorded and being edited, and very, very excited for you to hear them. Number 3 is that live shows are back. Now you can go see magicians that you've wanted to see. I got a chance to go to Vegas a couple weeks ago and see David Copperfield, Matt King. Maybe I'll do a full episode about my Vegas trip and all of the different magic and magicians that I got to see. It was amazing. I got a chance to see Copperfield's museum, which was phenomenal. So maybe I'll do an episode about that. That's pretty exciting. But live shows are back, so please go and see your local magic shows. Go and see a magician nearby. Go and see a show in Vegas. Go and see live magic. It is back. And also, now is your chance to go and do live magic. Go and perform for your friends you haven't seen in a while. Go pitch yourself to venues. Go perform on shows with other magicians. Go have fun, because magic is back. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you for a wicked interview next Thursday. Peace.